Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a story about a connection that sparked in the most unexpected of places. Meet Emmi, a woman who loves her routine. Her evenings are usually predictable: a warm cup of tea, a good book, and the quiet sounds of the city. But one night, everything was about to change, thanks to her neighbor, Lena. Emmi had heard laughter from the apartment next door, but she'd never officially met the person living there. That changed when she ran into Lena, a tall, striking woman with a smile that could light up a room. Their first conversation was short, a little flirty, and filled with an energy that left Emmi's heart pounding. It was a simple hello, but it felt like so much more. Over the next few weeks, these brief encounters became a regular thing. They'd chat by the mailbox or share lingering smiles in the hallway. Emmi found herself completely drawn to Lena's confidence and the way she seemed so at ease with herself. Each little moment just added to the growing attraction between them. Emmi was usually so careful, so planned, but Lena brought out a different side of her, a side that was curious and excited. Then came the invitation. Lena asked Emmi over to watch a movie. On the surface, it was just a casual hangout. Emmi tried to convince herself it was nothing more, but she couldn't shake the feeling that this night was going to be different. There was something in the way Lena looked at her, a playful hint of something more, that made Emmi both nervous and incredibly excited. She felt a flutter in her stomach as she agreed. As Emmi walked over to Lena's apartment that evening, her anticipation grew. She took a deep breath and knocked on the door. When Lena opened it, Emmi was immediately struck by the atmosphere inside. The lights were dimmed, casting a soft, warm glow, and the air smelled like vanilla and lavender. It was cozy and intimate, and it felt like stepping into another world. Lena greeted her with that signature playful smirk. "You know," Lena said, her voice smooth and inviting, "your presence always brightens my nights." The words hung in the air, making Emmi's cheeks flush. They settled in to watch the movie, but the film quickly became background noise. Their conversation flowed effortlessly, filled with easy laughter that mingled with the soft music playing in the room. They talked about everything and nothing, and with every shared joke and knowing glance, the tension between them grew thicker. The air was charged with an unspoken desire that neither of them could ignore any longer. It was a delicate dance of words and looks, each one pulling them closer together. The turning point came with a simple, yet electrifying gesture. As they were talking, Lena reached out and gently brushed a stray piece of hair from Emmi's face. The touch was light, almost fleeting, but it sent a powerful jolt through Emmi. It was as if a switch had been flipped. Suddenly, the space between them felt incredibly small, and the sound of her own heartbeat was deafening. Lena's eyes held hers, and in that moment, the rest of the world seemed to fade away. Lena's voice dropped to a low, teasing whisper. "You're nervous." Emmi could only manage a small nod, admitting, Maybe a little." A blush crept up her neck. Lena's smile widened, her eyes sparkling with a mischievous glint. "There's nothing to be nervous about," she reassured her, her voice a comforting murmur. And yet, Emmi's pulse raced as Lena leaned in, closing the final distance between them. Their lips met in a soft, exploratory kiss. It was hesitant at first, a question hanging in the air. Emmi's hands trembled, caught between pulling away and completely surrendering to the moment. But Lena's warmth was grounding, and the gentle persistence in her touch made the decision for her. The kiss deepened, becoming a passionate mix of curiosity and longing that left them both breathless. It was a moment of pure connection, erasing all of Emmi's doubts and fears. The rest of the evening melted away into a blur of thrilling energy. Time seemed to slow down and speed up all at once as they explored this newfound connection. Every touch, every whispered word was charged with an intensity that Emmi had never experienced before. The layers of clothing they wore soon felt like an unnecessary barrier, and they were quickly discarded in the soft ambient light of Lena's apartment. In that room, Emmy discovered a part of herself she had kept hidden away. She was bold, she was hungry, and she was completely open to pleasure without a second thought. Lena was a gentle guide, both teaching and learning as they navigated this new territory together. The night was filled with passion, but it was also filled with laughter, whispered secrets, and a sense of shared discovery. It wasn't just physical. It was an emotional journey that brought them closer with every passing hour. As the first light of dawn started to peek through the blinds, they lay tangled in the sheets, a comfortable exhaustion settling over them. Emmy's heart was still beating fast, but now it wasn't from nerves. It was from the sheer intensity of the connection she had just shared with Lena. A soft smile played on Lena's lips as she gently traced circles on Emmy's arm. Breaking the quiet, Lena murmured, "So, was this just a one-night stand?" Emmy looked at her, a teasing grin spreading across her face. She felt a new confidence bubbling up inside her. "Maybe," she replied, her voice playful, "or maybe it's the start of something more." The question hung in the air, full of promise and possibility. The morning sun cast a golden glow over them, and Emmy felt a warmth that had nothing to do with the blankets. It was a feeling of excitement, of potential, and maybe even a little bit of a thrill. This night had been completely unexpected, wonderfully wild, and absolutely intoxicating. As she drifted back to sleep in Lena's arms, she knew this was a night she would remember forever. Outside, the city continued its daily rhythm, completely unaware of the powerful connection that had just been forged in a quiet apartment.